Hi and welcome to Reposition with Christiana. I'm really excited that you are here. Now, if you're excited about finding yourself again, then give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed and the bell notification. Let's get started. So how do people get to that point in their lives where they begin to ask the question, how do I find myself? I find that it's the result of a number of reasons. One of them could be the fact that you're not living true to your values. That is to say that you have adopted other people's ideas about maybe who you should be, how you should live, what you should think, how you should behave. And you've adopted this, and it sometimes is not consciously, sometimes is based on your upbringing, based on your society, the society you live in. Sometimes it's based on education, how you were groomed growing up educationally. Sometimes it's just based on the information that you have consumed, and all of this have taught you and told you how you should behave, what you should believe, what you should accept. As a result, you have adopted other people's values which are not yours, and now you are at that point where you're asking, who really am I? Secondly, you let life happen without actively leading it in the direction that you want it to go. We all fall into that trap a number of times. Sometimes we just grow up and we get into a routine. You know, the idea is you go to secondary school, from secondary school, university. For most people, university, you get a job, you get married, you know, you have children, and you just fall into a routine, not actively thinking about your life to say, how do I want my life to go? What do I want for my financial situation? How do I want to raise my family? What are my own opinions? How do I want to live my life? The third reason is when you have achieved a particular goal that you were so consumed with. Now it's achieved, you've done it. What next? Then you find yourself experiencing emptiness and wondering, what's life about? Who really am I? Whether the goal was raising a child, whether the goal was starting a business, and now you sold it, you were successful in it. Now you've made so much money and you're thinking, is this all there is to life? Who am I? Because now that goal has been achieved. So what next? The fourth reason I find that causes people to ask the question, who am I? Or how do I find myself? Is when they start looking at other people and they feel that others are achieving their dreams and are happy, but they are not. That causes people to begin to look inward and question themselves and ask about where they want to go with their lives. The fifth reason is when for some reason you get to a crossroad in life, whether it's a result of an experience, a situation, and you find yourself at a crossroad. At that point and in those moments, those questions begin to stir and you begin to want to ask yourself, where do you want your life to go? How can you be the person that you really want to be from the inside? So here's the gist. I have found that for you to actually live a life where you are happy, one where you love yourself and you have a clear sense of direction, a clear sense of who you are, you have to actively participate in your life. It means that you cannot leave things to chance. You have to make very conscious decisions so that your life will go in the direction that you want it to be. So as you are at this point in your life and as you are at this crossroad and you are asking questions and trying to dig deep to really understand who you are, I want to let you know that you can gain clarity and you can move in the direction that you want. But listen, you have to actively participate. There's no half-dones on this one. No, you can go in halfway. You have to be conscious about what you want to achieve with your life. You have to be conscious about where you want your life to go, and you have to take practical steps to make that happen. So you know how you probably, I don't know about you, but sometimes I have a goal and I say, you know what, I want to get fit. I want to get this biceps working, you know, like get them all toned up. Or you may have a health goal, something, a kind of goal that you will have. But maybe if we use just the exercise part of it, you want to get fit. For that to happen, you have to put in work. You have to consciously get your butt up and go to the gym, or you have to put those trainers on and go out for a run and do the exercises. Why? Because for you to achieve that goal, to be fit, you have to actually put in the work. It has to be something that you're actively participating in. And that's the same with life. If you want a great life, and trust me, you deserve a great life and you can have a great life. But you have to now start taking the steps to make that happen. Whereas in the past, you were not so conscious of it, or you did not actively engage in life. This time around, let's get you where you want to be by actively engaging in your life. So I'm going to share with you some steps to help you begin to answer that question. How do I find myself, or who? Now here is the first step. Be clear on what you want your life to look like from here on. It's not a big step at this point, because I'm giving you permission to just start to draw out, start to dream, or start to be clear and specific about where you want your life to go. Because we know where you're not. It is clear, and you know that you are not where you feel that you can be. So at this moment, sit back, think about it. Where do you want your life to go? Where do you want to go from here? Whether it's in the area of your health, your finances, whether it's in your relationship. What do you want those areas to look like? Start in one particular area of your life first. The second step to find yourself is to go back to something you enjoyed doing when you were younger. Now, this is a step I share with my coaching clients, and I ask them to go back into their history, their past, when they were younger. What were some activities that they actually enjoyed doing that brought them joy? Some of them will connect to the fact that they loved to swim. They loved to go out in a garden and just play with plants then when they were younger. And so for them now in this older age, it will be gardening. So I want you to think back about something that you love to do. And I want you to go back to it, bring it back, because that helps you bring a sense back of who you are. In connecting to something you love, it triggers you to come alive. As we're going through the steps, what's coming up for you? What are you connecting to? What are you relating with? I want to hear from you. Leave your comments in the comment section. When I talked about, choosing your life and directing it in the way that you want it to go, what did that evoke for you? Let me hear your comment. The third step is to challenge yourself to do something new. Try something new. You know why? Because in trying something new, you are pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. You are forcing yourself to think. You are forcing your mind to come alive, and you are using up all of your senses. Come on now. That definitely wakes you up like nothing. So look for something that you are curious about, something that intrigues you, and then go for it. Challenge yourself. Let it be something that you're not familiar with, something that it's so easy to do. Let it be something that pushes you outside of your limit. That's gonna totally wake you up. I mean, there's something my husband does, and he started to do now more recently. After a 10-12 hour day, sometimes he's really tired and he would just want to sit down, but then he feels bored. So what he then started to do was, I'm just going to go out and cycle. We live somewhere around where the woods are and we have a lake. So what he would do is just get on his bicycle. Very tired, he's done a long day, but then he will just cycle and he will go into the woods and he will just explore for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And by the time he comes home, even though he was exhausted and tired and all he wanted to do was just slump in a chair, I find that he's just alive and he's woken because he's just pumped himself up, and that's what a new challenge does. So I want you to push yourself outside of your limit, and I want you to try something new. You'll be surprised at what you find. The fourth step is to actively start creating the life you want. You remember in the first step, I told you, or I asked you what you wanted your life to look like from here on. Now in this step, I want you to now put that into practice, incorporating the second and the third steps. So what do you want? Now put it into practice. Do you want to qualify as something? Maybe you want to become an architect now. Maybe you want to gain a particular qualification. So you need to go back to college. You need to enroll to attend the program. Whatever it is that you need to do, I want you to now take the active steps to make that happen. Because unless you actively participate in your life, it's not gonna happen. These are my 4 steps to help you start finding yourself again. Grab my free gift in the description box below to help you create a bold and successful life you love. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, please share this with anyone who can benefit. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I love to help women become all that's possible for us. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are you taking away from this video, and what will you start doing? Leave me your comments in the comments section below. For more information on how I help, come over to christianasenibo.com. Information is on the description box, but you can check out these other videos to help you start actually maximizing this life that you have. I will see you soon.